Hi guys, Serious Arts here. Um, I'm just doing a tutorial in Cinema 4D, and it's how to make nice clean text for like editing like backgrounds and stuff. So first of all, we're gonna show you the render settings. I use a preset which is HD 720 29.97. That's just down to preference. So if you want no background, use a PNG and click alpha channel. The alpha channel has to be clicked. All the rest are fine, but I add an effect called ambient occlusion. It will be right there, but obviously I already have it on. So, but anyway, what you want to do is go to MoGraph and text object. So there's your standard text. Then you want to just change it to whatever you want. I'll just use serious. Line it all up nicely. It won't stay in this position. You're constantly changing it around, so don't worry too much. And then you pick a nice font that you want to use. Yeah, there's quite a few, so take my time picking one, but eventually I get there. I'd choose a random one for this. Coming up now, what's it called? Dev Gothic, that's what I use. So here's the font, and the first thing you want to do is make yourself a new material. So you want to go down to File, well actually yeah, do the depth first, make the depth nice and deep, but not too deep so it goes into a kind of vanishing point. And I like to put the horizontal spacing a bit smaller, because I find a lot of fonts are spaced out quite a bit, so like that. And then you line it all up again, and then you want to make your new material. So you go down to File, New Material, and here you just double click and make it whatever colour you want. I just make it red, and you want to add some reflection as well, but I screwed up here. I didn't put on it enough reflection. You want about, I'd say about 30% reflection on it. 25-30, that's about perfect. Basically I'll render this out with 2% reflection and no lighting. It's just pretty much flat. You can see some of the 3D bits, but that's because of the ambient occlusion which I added on, which really does help, as you'll see in a bit, but still very flat, very dull. So what I do is I do a light setup. I just click light, I move it up and towards me. So I don't know rough, like I don't really know the figures, but just move it up and towards you a little bit. And then you just copy and paste that one and just move that one down underneath it and a little bit to the right. And about there, and you just do the same process, copy and paste, move it to the other side like so, and then you want one behind it as well, so just copy and paste any one of them and move it behind your text. You don't need to change the brightness of any of these lights, it will be okay just how they are. But as you see, I'll render it out, and already you can see a lot of the 3D, like areas where the depth is, and the shadows are nice, and yeah, it looks a lot better. But There is also another technique you can do. Instead of getting soft boxes or anything like that, all you need to do is add yourself a plane, which I will show you in a second. You go up to here to object, and oh yeah, you can also do this. You just put caps and then do the fillet cap on the start one. You don't need any on the other one. It doesn't really make a difference, but you won't see the difference here because I need to add the plane on. But all it does is like kind of cuts the edges off, makes the edges flat. It's a nice effect actually, and I recommend using it. But here you just add a plane, put it above your text, and you can also slant it. So I move it towards the camera and go on rotation and actually slant it so it's facing the text a little bit. Then you need to make a new material once again, and you add luminosity. That was hard to say. But again, I screw up here. I do way too much luminosity. Do not put that much on because it makes the highlights very precise and way too bright, a lot brighter than you want. You won't be able to see them here because my reflection wasn't high enough. It was on 2 at the moment, so in a second you'll see me change the luminosity down a little bit, and actually I change it up and add reflection onto this red. I think I put it up to about, there you go, about 50. Yeah, 50. And I'll render this, and as you can see there's already little white highlights. They'll only be around the edges because they're reflecting straight back. So but as you can see they're really like sharp, way too sharp. So I changed the width and the size of the plane so it fills the whole thing first, and then render that out again. That's just so it covers the whole text with the highlights. But there you can see there's a bit too sharp. Although it does look quite nice, it is definitely too sharp. But basically there it is. You just need to tweak about with your reflection and the brightness of your luminosity. Yeah, so this technique is useful for when saving in PNG when you want no background, because when you use a natural environment and you save it as a PNG, it will still keep the background. I don't know if that's just me, I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know, I've mucked it up a few times. So yeah, well, this clip's about to end and my stupid voice recorder is going to stop, so, and it's still recording. I completely messed up. Basically this is it with the environment on. This is if you want to do like speed arts or something like that, but I just speed up the render here, and as you can see the reflections are really nice and quite realistic. So thanks for watching guys, and be sure to like and comment, tell me what you want to see, and yeah.